So hello and welcome back to another English video. So today we're talking about count and mass nouns, and I believe together they're called collective nouns. It might be correct, it might not be. A lot of the information that you find is pretty contradictory. That's what I find anyway. And I said that mass nouns cannot form plurals because they are plurals. So what we're talking about is that they can't form an S. So with plural, you can put an S on it, comes plural. So you mean in more than one word with plurals. So a mass noun, you don't need to do that. You can if you want for some of them. But most mass nouns can become count nouns as well. But not every one of them. So let's have a look at some examples. So we've got the wines of Australia, the wine of Australia. So we've got wine and wines. So this is a pluralized version of it. And this one is a plural in itself. It could refer to one wine or more than one wine, like all the white wine or all the white wines, the white wine of Australia. So these basically, they represent the same thing. So you can use either form, they're both correct. And they mean more than one wine. So these are all plurals in themselves. Then we got all the French cheeses, or all the French cheese. So we've got cheeses, we've got cheese. Basically, this is the same as wine. Cheese is the plural, and cheeses is also a plural. So the reason why we do this is it sounds better. So if you write all French cheeses, it flows pretty good. You say all French cheese. This has an abrupt stop at the end. So if you're going to speak, you're probably more likely to put cheeses because the flow is just good, especially if you've got another sentence afterwards. Okay, and then we have coffees. So we've got the many types of instant coffee. So here we've got type has been pluralized, types, and coffees has been pluralized. Here we have types is pluralized. This one we never have the many type of instant coffee. It just doesn't sound right. And types means different, a more than one as well, of instant coffee. So the actual noun will be instant coffee, and instant coffee. It doesn't have to be capitalized, but for emphasis, it looks better. So we've got instant coffees, instant coffee. They're both the same. Okay, and then we got this one. I made a mistake. I put it on the wrong side. Just to show you that I am human, I do make mistakes. So this one has all fruits. Look at all the fruit. See that one? I made a mistake again. Shouldn't be S on the end. So all the fruits means all the fruit. Look at all the fruit. And these are also the same. When you're talking about fruit, you're talking about more than one item. You could say that apple over there, and then you're referring to a single apple. So if you put apple, then you're naming the fruit. You're not giving a personal name. You're just saying, this means one, and apples means 2 plus. But with fruit, this means 1 plus, so it can mean as many as you want. Same as fruits. But would be 2 plus because it is more than one. That's more than one. and this will be 1 plus. So I guess that's the base difference that you could refer to these, is that this one is 1 plus, so as many as you want, and this one's 2 plus. So I guess that's the actual difference. You generally don't use these with a single cup of coffee, a single type of cheese, or one block of cheese, one bottle of wine, or one piece of fruit like an apple or an orange. And a lot of the mass forms, you need to have a quantifier. So quantifier is, did I write it down? Yeah, it's mass, number, volume, quantity, group. So it gives you a specific number. So this one has a quantity, so 2 glasses of wine, or 2 glasses of wines. And then you've got a kilo of cheese. So this one can have S on it. Doesn't really matter. And a kilo of cheese. A kilo of cheeses. So when you've got a kilo of cheese, this is where you come in to classifying between a plural and a singular. So singular is 1. So a kilo of cheese means you got 1 kilo. You just got 1 kilo, that's it. A kilo of cheeses, 1 kilo of one type of cheese. And if you've got a kilo of cheeses, usually refers you got different varieties of cheese. So maybe you've got 100 grams of 10 different types of cheese. And, in the glass of wine, if you want to differentiate between the two, then you've got, you've got one white and one red wine. So that's how you differentiate between those. Okay, so as I said before, most mass nouns can become count nouns. Some cannot become count nouns. So when I say most mass nouns can become count nouns, it means you can put an S on the end of it. So a few of them you can't. So you can't put furniture. You can't put furnitures. We just don't use that. Informations. Do we put S? Do we put S? Graduations? Yes. Probably going, what's graduation in it? Like all the graduations. So this one is a count noun as well. Okay, knowledges. No, knowledge is a plural. So a lot of knowledge includes all the information that humans have gathered. Softness. Yeah, we don't put ES on the end because it has S at the end anyway. So softness. No, so that's not it. Chaos or chows. So need to remember this one is pronounced 2 different ways. So chows or chaos depends on where you come from. I pronounce it both ways. Petrol. Now in America they have they use gas. So I would say the American gas is not pluralized like petrol. So we don't say petrol or gases. If you say gases, you're talking to air particles. So you're talking about air particles. So you don't pluralize the liquid form of petrol, which in the United States is gas. And the metal silver. Silvers. Yeah, we generally don't pluralize silver. Like the silver ring or the silver rings. So if you want to put rings. So ring is the singular, rings is the plural. That's how you pluralize that. You need another noun going afterwards. Or the silver nuggets. So metals, are generally not pluralized. But I haven't looked into all the metals itself. So anyway, a bit of a long video, but I hope it helps you with how to use the two forms, the mass and the noun count form of the same word. And hope this improves your English. Just remember, don't worry about whether it's a mass or noun, count noun. Most English speakers don't know it anyway. Just take the word cheese, cheeses, and put it in sentences and see if it sounds okay. So it has to sound okay. If it sounds weird, like all the cheese French, that sounds weird. All the cheese French. You might think it sounds okay, but to me it doesn't. It sounds weird. We always put the destination where it comes from first. So have an awesome learning experience. While I'm doing these videos, I'm also learning as well. I always learn whatever I'm doing, and that's what you should do. Thank you and goodbye.